1 Samuel chapter 30. It took David and his men 3 days to win the length of Ziklag. Now the Amalekites had made a raid into the Southlands on Ziklag. They had attacked Ziklag and burnt it to ground. They carried the wall, all women were at the tune, all and young, nae killing any of them, but just took them a while with them. So when David and his men won the length of a tune, they found it burnt down on their wives, their sons, and their daughters, all 10. Syne David and a folk for William roared and grought, till they had nae pith left in o' them to greet nae mair. David's 12 wives, Ahinoam, for Yezreel, and Abigail, a wife of Phil for Carmel, had baith been 10. David was sair cummat, 'cause the folk were speaking aboot stealing him. Ilka een fair raised aboot fit had happened to their sons and daughters. But David found strength in the Master his Almighty. David said to Abiathar, a priest, Ahimelech's loon, "Fess me a waistcoat here, wid ye?" And Abiathar brought it to him. And David spirit at the Master, "Will I chase the reivers? Will I catch up with them?" "Aye, chase them," he answered, "'cause you'll catch them and rescue all them 'at's been 10. So David headed the wall wi' a 600 men, 'at were wi' him, and came to a burn of Besor, for some of them bade a hind. But David held on a chase, with 400 of his men, 1,200 of them being sae sair forfauken, they couldna get o'er a burn of Besor. They found a manny fae Egypt in a park, and he was fastened to David. They gied him loaf to eat and water to drink. They gied him a bit o' cake o' figs, and 12 bunches o' raisins. Ance he was fed and watered, he cam roon, 'cause he hadna eaten for 3 days and nix. David said to him, "Fa div ye belong till? And far have ye come fae?" And he said, "I'm a loon 'at's come fae Egypt. I was feed to a Amalekite chiel, but he left me ahind, 'cause I turn't nae wheel 3 days syne. We made a raid on a south o' Kerathite country, a southlands o' Judah, on a country o' a clan o' Caleb, and we set fire to Ziklag." And David said to him, "Can ye fess me till is reivers? Gin ye swear to Almighty 'at ye winna do me ony harm, and winna hand me back ower to my master, I'll fess ye to reivers." He led them down, and there they were, scattered all round about, eating and boozing and dancing, 'cause all gear they'd plundered fae Philistine country and out to Judah. David attacked them and fought with them, and fae first lick till gloamin', and on until a neist day, nae a single een o' them escaped. Hard awa fae 400 chiels forgot awa and took flight on a back o' camels. David recovered all 'at the Amalekites had ta'en, and got his 12 wives back. Nathan was tent, all nor young, sons nor daughters, nor gear nor onything 'at had been ta'en. David brought all them back. He took all the flocks and herds o' his men, drave them on ahead, and the tither beasts, and he said, "This is David's plunder." David won back to 1,200 men that had been sae sair forfauken, 'at they couldna gang any farrer, but had bidden at the burn o' Besor. They came out to meet him, and the folk that were wi' him. David speared at them through they were all dean, but some ill thoughted billies amo chiels, for were we David said, 'cause they didna come wi' us, we winna gie them ony o' a plunder we've gotten. Lot ilka man tak his wife on bairns and get out o' here. But David said, na, my loons, ye winna dee. En meester's ben gweed to is, on his looket after is, on his gien into her hands a reivers fa turnt on is. Fa's young to listen to fit your sayin'. A chiels fa gaed to affectin will get the same share as a chiels fa bade here wi a baggage. They'll all get share and share alike. David made out per to a law o Israel fa de tees. Van David won back to Ziklag. He sent some o a plunder to clan chiefs o Judah, for he was friendly wi, saying, Here's a hansel to ye for mo a plunder o a meester's phase. He sent some to them at were at Bethel, to them I the sooth o Ramoth, to them in Yatir, to them in Aror, to them in Siphmoth, to them in Eshtemoa, to them in Rakal, to them I the tunes o the clan o Jeremiel, to them I the tunes o the Kenites, to them in Hormah, to them in Borashan, to them in Achthok, to them in Hebron, unto all places for David and his men east to Gyang Aboot.